Stop.
I'm gonna
get out of the car.
I'm gonna take you to the ground if you do not stop.
Stop resisting.
Welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. Today we have a good one, guys. This body cam footage from Ohio shows how a simple speeding stop quickly turned into a full-blown OVI investigation. You'll watch officers spot clues like the odor of alcohol and chewing gum, and see how non-compliance from the driver and the passenger escalate everything. What starts as a request for ID turns into detainment, refusal to take tests, and ultimately a physical struggle that lands both individuals in handcuffs. We'll analyze what the officers did right, what could have gone differently, and how the law applies at every step. This case also raises deeper questions. How much does your past criminal history affect the decisions officers make in real time? And can intuition, that gut level reaction, be enough to launch an investigation? With that, let's jump in.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm Officer Paige House Perkins. The reason for the stop is over there. Can I see that, please?
I'm saying, tell me what you pulled me over for.
Well, no, you're going to give me the license first because you're not going to
tell
dictate.
me what I'm pulled over for.
Well, I'm not stopping you. I'm stopping the driver. And now you're interfering with my business.
That's me. I'm
Sir,
the
that
right,
was
and she's
not.
snatching the driver's license
You
out.
didn't finish your sentence, though.
I'm trying to
Okay,
grab
there
the
you go.
license here. I don't know why you have an attitude here, dear. The reason why I'm stopping you is I'm paced behind you where it's a 35 over there. And you,
I figured that. Yeah.
oh, yeah, you're going 45. And then also your license plate, I see you have a little bracket thing on there, the cover. It causes a glare so you can't see the license plate within 50
But it's
feet.
light and it's lit up though.
I understand that, but there's a glare on it and you can't see the plate.
My fault.
Okay. And then do you have your driver's license or ID with you, dear?
Why do I need it?
Because you're not wearing your
Give it
seatbelt.
to him. Give it to him, bro. Steady talking, man.
But I'm saying, why are you asking for it?
I just told you why.
You already know. They already know this shit. Y'all are literally playing games, like.
I'm not playing games. I need your driver's license or your identification. It's the last time I'm going to ask for it.
751
No. I want your driver's license or your ID.
Find it.
All right, go ahead and step out for me.
Okay, well.
We're going to walk to the front of my car. I'll be right with you here in a second.
I'm
sir.
saying it's right there, though.
We're going to walk right to the
It's
front.
right there.
Okay.
Doing all
Right,
that weird
it's
shit
right
for
here.
what? Give
That's
it
what
to
I'm
him,
saying,
bro.
it's right there. I said it's right here.
You can go ahead and obtain it for me.
Yeah.
No.
It ain't no weird ass shit. It's weird as they're pulling you over in the first place.
Send me another unit.
Send another unit.
I didn't see you can get back in the car. Stay out of the car for me.
Okay, sorry, sir.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back with you. It's a lawful order you are not to get back in that vehicle. That's correct. Okay, sir. Is this your current address?
Yeah, that's my
Okay. I'm going to have you step out real quick for me, please. I will explain that to you momentarily. I'll just get you to come in the front of my car for me.
what I do.
We're just going to come right here to the front of the car. So the reason why I'm having you step out, there's an odor of alcohol coming from the vehicle. Where are you guys coming from?
I ain't had no alcohol. No.
I didn't ask if you had alcohol. I said there's an odor of alcohol. And now you have fresh gum in your mouth, so it seems to me like you're trying to conceal an odor. It smells like a fresh mint. Can you spit the gum out temporarily for me?
For what?
Because I'm asking you
I
to.
don't got to.
Okay. Well, what's her deal? Why is she having an issue?
I don't know why she having an issue, man.
Okay. Where are you guys coming
But
from?
I'm saying though, I was coming from other people's house in Perkins. So why? Because he said what she
Whose
said.
house are you guys coming from?
I don't gotta tell you that, man. You know me. Google my name, bro. I ain't did nothing, bro.
I have no idea who you are.
Well, look me up. You got my ID.
Okay. But I'm saying me asking you where you're coming from has nothing to do with me knowing who you
Okay
are.
then. So what is he doing?
Well, I'm conducting this as an OVI investigation right now because
I ain't no OVI. I ain't swear no lines or none of that.
I didn't say you made a marked claims violation.
So you said I was speeding. So what did we do? You already know me, bro. I got investigation on y'all. So what's up, bro?
I'm trying to conduct my investigation right now, and you're not being very helpful.
It ain't no investigation with me.
Because,
I ain't did nothing.
okay, well, you're telling me that you didn't have any alcohol,
Hell no, I didn't.
But I can smell alcohol as you're talking. So
Yeah,
you want to answer that question honestly?
You can say that all you want to do. So what is we doing?
Okay. So what I'm saying is, how much alcohol have you had to drink?
I ain't had no alcohol. So what we doing?
Not a sip.
What test is we doing?
Do you want to submit the test?
What is you doing? I don't got to, because you ain't put me over for that.
Well, now I'm conducting it as an OVI investigation.
But you
so
can't do
I'm
that.
asking.
You ain't put me over for no OVI test. So what?
I'm asking you, can I check your eyes?
But I'm asking you, no, you can't. So what is we doing?
Well, I'm trying to determine. So I'm going to have you have a seat in the back of my car temporarily. Okay? You are not under arrest. You're just detained right now, okay? Before I have you have a seat in the car, no weapons on you, anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. I'm just going to pat you down to ensure you don't have any weapons on you, okay? All right, go ahead and have a seat for me real quick.
I know my rights.
Okay.
What's up, ma'am?
What is the point of being pulled over, though?
Well, I'm not the officer that stopped the vehicle,
Okay, I'm
so...
asking. Can you ask him?
Yeah, when he's done with what he's doing. I don't know. I'll figure that out. Give me 1 second. What's the reason for the stop, Officer Paytash?
Speed, and I can't see the license plate within 50 feet.
Okay. There's just a passenger here?
I believe there's somebody else in the back.
Okay. Is she allowed to have a seat in the car, or do you want her out?
If she wants to have a seat in a car so she can stay warm, she can have a seat in the car.
Okay. All right. Would you like to have a seat in my car to stay
I'll
warm?
have a seat right here in his car.
No, you're not sitting like that.
Why?
You're not, because this is a front seat, and I have him in the back.
But I'm saying, why would you do that, though?
I'm telling you, you're not going to sit in the car because I can't have you sit in the front seat.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I'll have you sit over here. Yeah, I have stuff up front, so... If you want to sit...
What the fuck now? Let me out.
Okay.
That's crazy.
There's a curb here, so watch when you step out. I don't want you
I
to
do
trip.
that. But I'm saying is, so is he going to jail or is he not?
I don't know yet. I'm with you.
Can you open this?
I am not opening the door. I am not opening the door.
You're gonna open something.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
You're going to go over here. You're going to be arrested for disorderly conduct. I told you not to do something. Go stand over here on the side of the road.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're just not going to open the door.
Is that what
It looks like he's getting a traffic ticket
For what?
for speeding.
Oh. Are you gonna let him out?
I would assume as soon as he's done with the ticket.
Okay. Yes or no?
Is he going to jail for anything?
That's right now, no.
Okay. Can she have a seat back in her car?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a seat back in your car.
Mr. Daniels. Mr. Daniels. Where are you coming from?
Man, I'm not gonna tell you nothing, bro. You already said that.
What seems to be the issue tonight?
I know I'm through talking. Can I go?
Well, not yet. I'm just trying to talk to you. I understand that some things might not went well here tonight, but if your beef is with that officer, that's fine. But you at least talk to me. Mr. Daniels, have you been drinking tonight?
I tell you 9 times I want to.
You what?
I'm through talking, man.
Because I can smell some alcohol coming
You
off
keep
you.
saying that, but you ain't smelling nothing. Can I go, man?
If this officer here wanted to check your eyes and stuff like that, would he be able to?
Oh, I ain't checking nothing. Can I go?
Not yet.
Yeah. Got too much money for that. I ain't doing nothing.
All right, are you going to submit to any standardized field sobriety test? Okay, right now you are placed under arrest for operating a motor vehicle while impaired. You don't need to step out.
Yeah, let's go. So you ain't put me over for that.
You can get back in the car.
What?
Swing your feet up.
Let's go.
Swing your feet up.
Let's go. You know, I got too much money for that, man. I ain't
Put your feet up
for
for me.
I gotta put it in? Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. Hey, excuse me.
Yeah.
Can you tell them to follow me to come get me?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Oh, he's under arrest right now for OVI.
For OVI?
Yep.
I'm just trying to unbuckle on this side.
Okay, thank you. Do you have an ID on you by chance, dear?
My ID is actually my phone.
Okay, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to her.
I'm talking to you, though.
Okay.
She don't need one.
My ID was left in my phone that my friend has from the bar. They picked me up at, but I can give you everything you need.
Yeah.
Okay. I have my ID number and my socials.
Okay.
But so my ID is usually in the back of my phone, and
Okay.
I left my phone with my friend
Do you
at
know
the
your
bar.
ID now? Okay. I'm gonna have you come back here for me, okay?
you have someone come and get you, ma'am?
No, I will walk. Can I go talk to him or no?
No, not right now.
Why?
Because he's
I will
placed
go
under
do it on
arrest.
my own.
Where are you going?
Right here.
No, you're not.
I bet you I will.
Okay, if you're obstructing my traffic stop, you're going to be placed under arrest right now.
Okay, you can take me with him. That's what I'm saying. I'm asking you
No,
politely.
I told you no.
Well, I'm saying for what though?
Because I've told you that you cannot talk to him right now.
Alright, so what do you want me to do? Sit down.
No, I
A
won't.
sober party's going to have to be released because right now you guys are going to be with us in a protected custody, essentially. Where are you going? You're not free to leave. You're not free to leave.
Sit down. She's not just getting her car.
Nope, you're under arrest now. I said stop. Keep walking away.
Of course I am.
Put your hands behind your back.
That's
No,
what I'm
she's
saying.
walking down the sidewalk, raising her hands as I tell her to stop. I gave her multiple lawful orders.
I'm just gonna go down with him. Nothing else better
Stop
to do.
walking away.
Right now, you're just being placed in arrest for disorderly conduct while intoxicated because you're presenting a risk of physical harm to yourself, okay? You have somebody sober I can release you to.
No.
Okay.
Good.
I'm gonna put you in the back of my car here.
Just put him back. Put him back in bed.
Before you have a seat in the car, nothing on you, it's gonna poke stick up.
Man, get the f off me. Y'all are weird. Listen, you're not gonna pull my hand out of the thing. I will sit down.
No, you're
hold
charged
me.
with resisting. Now you're charged with resisting.
But y'all are weird.
Stop resisting.
I'm sitting
Stop
down.
resisting.
I'm sitting down on my own.
Stop resisting.
sitting down in the
Stop
car.
resisting. I think we're fighting. Stop it. Stop it. Stop.
I'm gonna
Get
take
out of the car.
I'm gonna take you to the ground if you do not stop.
Stop resisting. Stop
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Y'all are gonna look really weird.
Just take her to the ground. Grab cuffs. Grab cuffs. Sit her up for me. Sit up. All right, take her to the hood real quick so I can actually search her in front of a camera.
No, bitch ass niggas. I'm curious. Or police.
That's
It's on
fine.
camera.
I know it is.
Y'all are
Face the
weird.
car. Face the car. Face the car.
Turn me around.
Face the. I am.
Yeah, Will.
Separate your feet for me.
Yeah, Will.
Stop acting a fool.
No, y'all stop acting like a fool. I try to tell y'all I'm trying to sit in the car. I'm doing this. Y'all tackle me to the ground for no reason. Look at me. My is out.
Well, you were resisting, so.
I was not resisting. Y'all say she's resisting. I wasn't. Literally loved it. Like,
It's
you're
all on
going.
camera.
Take me down. Take me down. There you go. I've been there. I'm in your time. Let's go. Y'all are weird. That's good. Yeah, Will. I told you that. I was like, I'll sit down. Weird!
Sit back for me. Sit back. Can you go on that side? She won't sit back so I can grab the seatbelt.
So what do y'all want to do?
I'm trying to.
You want to tackle me again?
No.
Right. Y'all want to tackle me again? What? I don't need a seatbelt. Okay. I'm literally going to...
No. Sit over there.
Stop talking. Stop touching me, though. You're touching me for no reason, though. It don't make no sense. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are trying to touch me for no reason.
Just get her over there.
All right, so let's break down the law that's relevant in Ohio and apply it to this case here. First, we have OVI. That's operating a vehicle impaired. This is found at the Ohio Revised Code, section 4511.19, section A1A. And the law defines that this charge prohibits operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, a drug of abuse, or a combination of either. The penalty for a first offense is 6 months in jail and a fine of up to $1,075. You also can have your license suspended. And if a person has suffered the same crime in the past, the penalties will be enhanced. Now here, the officer initiated the OVI investigation based on speeding, the odor of alcohol, and the evasive behavior. It probably also is due to how both people seemed when he first came up to begin talking with him too. Though the driver denied drinking, the officer noted fresh gum, signs of concealment, and eventually a refusal to take sobriety tests. All right, let's move on to the second charge, resisting arrest. Now this went to the passenger. Her name was Kayla. This is found at the Ohio Revised Code, section 2921.33, section A. And the definition says that no person shall resist, hinder, or prevent a lawful arrest. This is a second-degree misdemeanor, and it carries up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $750. Here, Kayla resisted physical commands and refused lawful orders repeatedly. Her actions led officers to escalate to force, including taking her to the ground. Let's move on to number 3, disorderly conduct while intoxicated. This is found at the Ohio Revised Code, section 2917.11b. And it says, you complete this charge when you're engaging in behavior likely to harm yourself or others while voluntarily intoxicated. This is a 4th-degree misdemeanor, and depending on conduct, you can be jailed up to 30 days in jail. Here, Kayla was visibly intoxicated. We heard it, we saw it when she first started talking. She ignored orders, and she presented a safety concern by walking away from officers and interfering with the scene. All right, so next let's move into our evidentiary standards, and let's take a look at those. Okay, so there's 6 levels of the evidentiary standards that we talk about daily. We start from the lowest to the highest. The lowest is mere suspicion. This is simply a hunch or a gut feeling, and it does not give basis for an arrest, but it does cause the police or the government to take a closer look. A good example is the officer may have had mere suspicion when he first saw the plate glare and noticed the vehicle's speed. This is enough to prompt this traffic stop. Number 2, reasonable suspicion. This is when the government has specific and articulable facts that suggest criminal activity is occurring. A good example is when the officer noticed the smell of alcohol and noticed that people in the car were chewing gum, and their evasiveness, that gave reasonable suspicion to investigate for operating a vehicle while impaired. Number 3, probable cause. This is when the police have enough facts and evidence to reasonably believe a crime has occurred and the suspect is involved. A good example is the refusal to take tests, the odor of alcohol, and a past record. All that supports probable cause to arrest Rantonio, and that's the man's name, Rantonio. Number 4, preponderance of the evidence. This level is met by showing that it's more likely than not that your claim is true. This takes about 51% of the evidence in your favor to succeed. This is mostly used in civil cases, and to reach that 51% is simply a balancing test. It's simply having more and to tip the scales just in your favor. You don't have to tip the scales in your favor to win. Now, there isn't anything that points us to a civil case here, but if maybe Kayla filed a suit for excessive force, this would be the standard. I don't think there was excessive force used in this situation, though. Number 5, clear and convincing evidence. Now, this is higher than preponderance of the evidence. This is used mostly in civil cases too, but it also happens in some criminal settings for certain hearings. This means that it's highly probable and substantially more likely to be true. This takes about 75% of the evidence in your favor to win an action that has to meet this standard. This is mostly applicable to cases where you need more evidence to prove your point. Cases like a change of child custody, if you're trying to prove a defense in a criminal action, if you're in an administrative hearing for some sort of termination for a driver's license or some work permit, things of that nature. And finally, we have number 6, beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, this is the highest standard and it's required in every conviction in criminal court. Now, this level of evidence simply means that there's no reasonable alternative besides the guilt of the defendant. Based on all the evidence that's been received, that's the only conclusion that someone can come to. Now, it takes anywhere from 90 to 95% of the evidence in your favor to win this type of action beyond a reasonable doubt. Here, for the OVI charge, the prosecutor must prove that the driver was impaired, even without a breath test, and using officer testimony, video, and some prior conduct, one could probably prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Rantonio was driving while impaired. All right, now let's move into the jury box, and let's think like a juror. You've watched the video, You've seen the layers of conflict. A driver denying everything but refusing to cooperate, a passenger making things worse, and officers trying to keep control of the situation. So ask yourself these few questions. First, was the officer's decision to detain the driver based on instinct? Was it justified? Second, do you think the smell of alcohol alone should trigger an OVI arrest? Third, do you believe the passenger was resisting or simply confused and intoxicated? And as always, remember that your intuition when being a juror or if you're the police officer on the scene, it really does make a difference. Here, the officer picked up on the behaviors that didn't really add up. You had nervous energy, you had evasive answers, and you had the odor of alcohol trying to be masked by chewing some gum. Sometimes that gut feeling becomes the foundation for a lawful investigation. As a juror, you're weighing more than just the facts. You're evaluating the tone, the body language, the credibility, and even the silence of the parties as you watch the evidence unfold. So with that, how would you rule as a juror in this case? Let me know in the comments. So, what's our takeaway here? This case reminds us that what starts small can spiral quickly. A $2,500 bond for resisting arrest and a $7,500 bond for OVI, that might seem steep, but it reflects the weight of prior actions and non-compliance. Add in past arrests for trafficking, open containers, and even strangulation, and you begin to see how these moments fit together into a bigger picture. Complying early, staying calm, and exercising your rights wisely can often make the difference between a warning and an arrest. Let me know in the comments, was this arrest justified? Was the passenger, was she out of line? And how much should past arrest records affect the way police handle a stop? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more legal breakdowns. Remember, this is Advocacy Alchemy, and I am Professor Ross. I'll see you tomorrow. Everyone have a good day, and be safe out there.